Yeah, I sent her to ISS. I just couldn't take it anymore. She doesn't come to my class, and then when she does come, she's so distracting, and the other students are just bothered by her. And she doesn't want to learn. She doesn't do my work. She's like a 59 in my class right now. So I just couldn't anymore. Okay. Well, I have my AP classes period. I'll talk to you later, all right? Okay. Bye. Alright guys, today we're learning how to do chain rule. You guys had homework last night. Anyone have any questions from the homework? Corinne, I've sent about 3 students to ISS today and I won't hesitate to send more. So watch it. Anyone have any questions? Jordan.
Can you do number 37, please? I'm really confused.
Is that the one with a bunch of radicals?
Yeah.
Okay, well, here's the deal. I'm a little disheveled from this morning, so I'm just going to show you a video of a student who did a really good job explaining number 37, and I'm going to pull it up and everything, okay? All right.
Will you hit me with the bus?
Corinne,
I was talking to Grace.
I heard that.
Hello guys, today I'm going to teach you how to take the derivative of a function using the chain rule. Chain rule is used in calculus when you have a function within another function. Here we have f of g of x. G of x is the inner function inside f, which would be the outer function. In order to take the derivative, we first take the derivative of the outer function, which would be f prime of g of x. Then we multiply by the derivative of the inner function, known as the chain, which would be g prime of x. A little friendly reminder, don't forget the chain rule. Alright guys, so here's our problem. If you go in the textbook, it's page number 161, problem number 37. So here we have f of x equals the square root of quantity 2 plus the square root of the quantity 2 plus the square root of x. What do we have here? Well, don't panic. It's not as bad as it looks. So the first thing I did here was change all of the radicals to the 1/2 power. Changing the radicals to the 1/2 power will make it much easier to take the derivative. Now as you can see, I wrote the radicand in purple, and you'll see why I did that in just a moment. The next thing we're going to do is take the derivative, which can be a bit tricky. As you can see, what is written in purple, I am going to treat as a single variable being raised to the 1/2 power. So in order to take the derivative, the first thing I'm going to do is bring down the 1/2. Then I'm going to subtract 1 from the exponent. 1/2 minus 1 equals negative 1/2. So the first part of that derivative is 1/2 of all of that entity being raised to the negative 1/2 power. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is multiply by the derivative of the chain, which is on the inside. As you can see, what is written in orange is a chain within a chain. Just as I did the first time, I am going to treat what is written in orange as a single variable being raised to the 1/2 power. So when we take the derivative of that chain, the derivative of 2 is 0, and the derivative of 2 plus x to the 1/2 raised to the 1/2 is 1/2 of all of that raised to the negative 1/2. The last thing I'm going to do is multiply by the derivative of the final chain, which is 2 plus x to the 1/2. The derivative of 2 is 0, and the derivative of x to the 1/2 is 1/2 of x to the negative 1/2. Now that taking the derivative is done, all I have to do is start simplifying. The next thing I did was bring all of the negative 1/2 exponents down to the denominator, being raised to the 1/2. Now we are going to leave our bases just as they are, and we are going to multiply our 3 constants together, 2, 2, and 2, leaving us with 8 in the denominator. Now, our final step, we are going to change all of our 1/2 exponents back to radicals for our final answer. So our final answer, the derivative of our function, is 1 over 8 times the square root of quantity 2 plus the square root of quantity 2 plus the square root of x times the square root of quantity 2 plus the square root of x times the square root of x.
Alright guys, you saw the video. Do you guys have any questions on the problem whatsoever? Grace.
Where'd you get 8?
Alright, in the end, you know how they had a bunch of fractions? They had 1 over 2, da-da-da, 1 over 2, da-da-da, oops, and 1 over 2, da-da-da. So when they multiply these three things together, they have to multiply the constants in the denominator, 2, 2, and 2, which is 8. You got that? Alright. Corinne.
Do you take acting classes? You're a phenomenal teacher.
Thank you, Corinne. I appreciate that. Any other questions? Eva Grace.
Can I die already?
That's not an option. Any other questions? Corinne.
When's our test?
I have yet to determine that. I have to see what we have going on because we have senior skip day, senior this day, senior that day, senior walkthrough day, senior rec day, everything. I'll figure it out though, I promise. I'll let you guys know within the next couple of days.
Alright, class, this is Harriet Tubman. She was very influential in the slavery movement.
She's red.
Ian!
Okay,
Go to
I'm
the
going,
nurse.
I'm going, I'm going.
Is she okay? Like,
You okay?
Alright, sorry guys, there was a medical emergency, all these eruptions. Are there any other questions? Levi.
Who should I make friends with?
Work.